wear those.
Well, how's this, Ma? I'm not going to the bar mitzvah then. I'm not going if I have to wear nice pants.
So go to the bar mitzvah and you wear the pants.
Come on, Ma, I don't wanna.
Howard.
Please, just run. I can't believe it's like I'm 9 years old again.
Huh?
We'll discuss this tomorrow. We'll discuss it tomorrow.
Good house. You better live with it.
All right. I'll call you tomorrow. We'll discuss it tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, just keep your mind open.
You too.
Because I'm not coming to no bar mitzvah with nice pants.
Oh, yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I just got in a really good mood here at WNBC. Realize how incredibly quiet it is around here. All the big brass probably went home to, because it's raining, you know, they don't want to work too hard. Yeah, it's really nice. Gee, oh my Mom. I'm really bummed out, man. Ever since I moved to New York, my mother has me over at her house every weekend, man, for these family get-togethers. Man, I have no time to live. I only
In 600 meters, turn right onto Tennessee 351 South.
And then this one, my niece. I mean, if you go over there, can you ever do my laundry? Yes, you know, no, man, it's just that I'm spending my entire weekend, man, with family commitments, and it's like sort of ruining my entire life.
Hello.
Mom.
Yeah?
How you doing?
The next right onto Tennessee 351 South.
Right.
I love you.
Love me? How come you didn't call me for my birthday?
Ooh. Well,
Continue on Tennessee 351 South for 18 kilometers.
I was going to say that I'm laying down the law now about family commitments. Once a month I can come see you.
Once a month?
No, I'm just saying once a month I'll be available for birthday parties or things like that.
Just because you're a star now doesn't mean that you don't have to see your mother and be with the family. I hate to.
No. What I'm saying, Ma, is that I can't...
Holy fuck.
I have friends to see. Family is very important, and you have to be with your family. And just because you're on radio doesn't mean that you can give up your family and your family's commitment.
No, I'm not talking about giving.
I hate to watch the linen on the radio.
Yeah, I know, but I don't mind coming to see. I'm not saying I might come see. It's just that we had the birthday party this weekend for the nieces, and I'm saying every weekend was the bar mitzvah a weekend before that for cousin David.
Yeah, but what you neglect to say is you were eating all the pasta and you didn't leave anything.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to eat when I go there, but what I'm not neglecting to say is I can't spend every weekend with family. I have a life to live.
Well, that life better revolve around the family, Howard. I mean, this is
No, I'm sorry I moved to New York now, because every weekend in Washington, at least I could come in once a month or something, but now it's every weekend.
Well, you should have thought about it before you did it. You should have stayed once, maybe.
So my boss...
Howard had the power and the gift to turn regular people into instant celebrities.
Janie, the cleaning lady, might have been like one of the most real people on the planet. She has a big heart, sweet lady. They don't make people like that anymore. You know, it's like, she wasn't like an angry person. She did her job. She came in, she emptied the trash, she cleaned the offices, and she was just one of those kind of people that, you know, you go back to another era where it's like, wow, she's got an interesting take on things. I like to hear her talk. And she was always entertaining to me. And I'm telling you, I never, ever heard her say, you know, an angry word.
All right, here we go.
And now it's time for everyone's favorite madcap domestic technician, Janie.
It's heat up time. Yeah. Well, Janie, it's your show now.
I look like that's what it is.
And today's topic is, of course, where Janie, who you must admit, between me, Neil, and Fred, we're the three whitest white guys you ever saw.
True, and
need some sun back.
And the fact of the matter is, it's about time that we learn how to speak like black people. Because black people have a whole lingo of their own. It's like Jews have Yiddish, the Puerto Rican have Puerto Rican, and the blacks have, I see the brothers on the street. There they go, what's happening, brother? What's happening, brother? What are some of the words I should learn? If you can think of some, and then maybe we'll go to the phones and see if we can find some actual black people to call in and see how I communicate with them.
Howard, you know that language is recognized in many areas as a legitimate language.
There you go.
True.
What's happening, baby? There's a line right there. That's right. Right. What's happening?
Right on.
What it is, brother?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Fred didn't know that.
I'm writing all these down, by the way. What's happening, brother?
The wheels.
Excuse me?
Wheels.
Wheels?
Wheels, the car. You know.
Wheels.
Yeah.
Wheels. You gotta say that. Wheels.
Oh,
Wheel, man. What's the wheel, bro? What's that wheel, man?
We found a faster route via Cedar Creek Road and US 321 South, which saves 8 minutes. If you prefer to stay on the current route, have no. Thanks.
That wasn't expected.
Alright, now what else? What other words you got there? Wheel.
Oh, one hip dude.
One hip. Neil, you try it, Neil. Try to talk different.
One hip dude.
You are helpless.
Head south on Tennessee 351 South Fort Fannin Road.
Wait, I got another one there. Brother.
I got that. What's happening, brother?
It's bro now.
No, you see, you guys think I'm kidding around, Janie, but I really do want to communicate.
It's not brother, it's bro.
Yeah, I got that down. Bro. B-R-O-S.
Yeah.
What happening?
No, that's broad.
One happening, dude? What did you say?
One hip dude.
One hip dude. One hip dude. Man, that's good. One hip dude, bro.
That's a guy with it all.
With it all. With it all. Let me write that down. With it all. Okay, Janie. So let me get this straight. If I was a black guy, I'd be walking down the street saying, what's happening, brother? Man, what's my wheel, man? What happening, dude? Man, with it all.
You would have to slow down right fast.
So right fast. There's the word. Right fast. Hey, man, them wheels gonna do that. Man, you slow down right fast. Right fast.
Gee, now you sound like my home.
Now, see,
Another one is mines. That's mines.
Mine's your own business?
No, that's mines.
Oh, that's mines.
That's mines.
You're a pretty good guy there.
Well, I've been around.
That's mines. Hey, that's mines. That's mines right there. Right here. Right here. Mines. Okay, now we're all set. Well, maybe we should conclude this portion of the Janie Show, and the next time when you come in on Friday, we'll actually talk to some black people.
I hope so.
Okay. It's
Neil
needs a lot of practice. Yeah, Neil.
With Neil with the brother deal there, he sounds like he belongs to the Coasters, you know, the guy with the bass voice.
Thank you.
Sandy,
Join us next time for another exciting Slice of Life with Janie, the domestic technician, on WNBC.
Janie, the cleaning lady, the first question people would ask me when they found out I worked in the show was she a character? Because people didn't realize, most people who listen, that she was really the cleaning lady at NBC, and she'd come in about 6 o'clock and make a beeline for the studio hoping to get some airtime. She turned into be a great character, but she was really a cleaning lady at NBC Studios.
Now, here was one of our great discoveries. He's an amazing observer, and I guess Janie used to talk to him when she'd come in to clean or do something, and he just thought, I gotta put her on the air. And so the next thing we know, we're having segments with Janie, the cleaning woman, and she's, you know, we're now a part of her life. We hear the stories about the ex-husbands and, you know, the new boyfriends and the kids, and, you know, she was just herself. That was not an act in any way, and she never seemed to be aware that she was saying all of these things on the air.
You all set up here, Janie?
Yeah.
Janie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a little excited.
Oh, no.
We're getting ready for we're getting ready for the Janie Show, and Janie got fan mail finally.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a hangover. You do have a hangover?
I might, I'm not sure.
Oh, wait a minute, don't say. Do you have a hangover or not?
Slightly.
You do?
Yeah, I went party last night.
You were fighting, baby.
Yeah.
Your eyes look a little bloodshot. I'll tell you that,
I
Mom.
thought it was clear.
This is Janie's fan before we get to BT, the Black Terrestrial.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Janie.
Dear Janie, I would like to be the first to write you a fan letter. I'd like to congratulate you for your recent film debut.
What was that? Recent film debut. I'll translate for the white people out in the audience. Go ahead.
BT, I look forward to it every day.
Look forward to it. I'm just translating.
Yeah, okay. I also very much enjoy your regular series, The Janie Show.
She enjoys the regular series Janie Show.
I guess, Chris, I don't know whether she or he, okay? But thanks, okay. I think that you're a very good actress, considering that you haven't done radio before.
Thinks you're a good actress. Go ahead.
I hope that Howard Stern pays you for your radio.
You're getting paid for this, aren't you?
Sure, you better bet.
NBC is paying Janie for this humiliation she puts up with her.
Right.
How much they paying you anyway?
None of your cotton picking business.
What do you mean?
That's what I said. None of your business.
All right.
I'm not telling, okay?
Don't tell us.
That's my secret. I will not.
Are you making good money?
Well, satisfied.
Because you might need more than what you're getting.
I always can use more. What's wrong with you? Are you kidding?
Well, if you don't tell me how much you're making, how can I get you more?
Not gonna tell you.
Not gonna tell me. All right, go ahead, Jane. What's the rest of that letter say?
Okay. I heard you are having some trouble pronouncing extraterrestrial. But I think that is because you don't have a patient teacher.
All right, Janie, let me see that letter, for God's sake. Yeah. It says here, I know that you're having some trouble pronouncing extraterrestrial, but I think that it's because you don't have a patient teacher. That's how weird. I'm going to try to teach you myself. Repeat after me. Extraterrestrial. That's very nice. Thank you, Chris, for helping out Janie with a very nice fan letter. All right, let's go to our movie, BT, the Black Terrestrial, starring Janie LeCue.
BT has to learn to be black so that he'll fit in with the brothers in Harlem.
Damn, BT, you don't look black. You don't sound black. You don't act black. If you're gonna fit in, you need a funny purple hat.
Purple hat?
All the brothers in Harlem wear a funny hat. It's their insignia. Insignia.
You got it.
Insignia?
That's what I said, insignia. You're so damn uppity for a terrestrial.
Uppity? BT uppity?
Now, when you go to a bar, what do you drink?
BT order Brandy Alexander.
No, what's wrong with you? No respectable black gonna order a Brandy Alexander unless you're Julian Bond. You order Ripple.
Ripple?
Ripple, that's a fine wine.
Fine wine?
You gotta get a bottle that aged real good. A prime vintage, aged before noon yesterday.
Join us again next time for the exciting adventures of BT, the Black Terrestrial. Oh, damn, I can't see it either. Starring Janie LeCue on the Howard Stern Radio Network. Be with us next time for another exciting slice of life with Janie.
Good job, Janie. What's the matter with the
NBC.
little trouble with the word insignia there. But a nice job and the plot thickens.
And if you don't stop saying that, the thing up sits my head on my
WNBC. Thanks, Janie.
Howard made stars of his staffers as well, sometimes for the wrong reasons. Al Rosenberg remembers the day Howard sandbagged his engineer, Bruce Leonard.
Howard was talking about homosexual feelings that men have, and he was trying to get Bruce Leonard to admit that he had gay. Now, Bruce had just gotten separated or divorced, and was just starting to date again, and Howard said, well, you know, everybody has a homosexual experience to talk about, and Bruce says, not me, never, not me. This is on the air. And then, so Howard, then this went on for the entire show, and on and on and on. And finally, Howard turned to like Fred and me and said, well, Al, I'm sure one time in the gym, I know I felt something for some guy, so but it was never nothing serious. And he went to Fred. Fred said, said, oh yeah, we've had it too. And you can see Bruce started to wave. Bruce said, yeah, well, there was a towel snapping thing once in college, and I got a little...
It said you can only go 15 miles an hour when children are present because the school's on. But it was like, oh, it's Sunday.
And it was just his whole life just collapsed because the guy's just starting to date people, and he's going, oh, there's only 15. You're a fag, you're a queer. It was awful. It was awful, but it was beautiful.
In 600 meters, turn right onto Plowshare Road.
How's this for a transition? And speaking of homosexuals,
Out of the Closet was a great character that Howard did. He and Fred would play these two gay talk show hosts. And the interesting thing was,
take the next right onto Plowshare Road.
Celebrity, like a Bob Hope, over the phone, in character, the celebrity did not know what was coming. So all of a sudden they pick up the phone and they hear a very flamboyant Out of the Closet Stern asking
continue for 1.5 kilometers.
Lewd questions, how's that? And questions they had never probably heard before, with a lot of double entendres, and they would really be taken aback.
I wonder how much air you could get if you hit this fucking fast enough.
Or, very traditionalist in terms of what they're accustomed to in terms of being.
That'd be pretty cool. I wonder if you could make it right across the road.
Oh man, that was something. That's something.
You could come back next year and get one of those dune buggies.
I hope being in the building. I mean, look, this guy.
That'd be worth the drive out here.
Sinatra, chairman of the board type, especially when it comes to NBC. I mean, my God, that guy was Mr. NBC for a shitload of years. I mean, he was like an untouchable. He would be like one of the faces on Mount Rushmore if NBC owned Mount Rushmore. I mean, he did all those fucking movies, he did all those shows, the Bob Hope specials, Bob Hope goes to fucking Vietnam, Bob Hope goes to Cambodia, Bob Hope goes to, somebody else's home and starts a fight. I don't know, but it was like, he was a huge mega talent. And I think they paid him off in stock or something. I mean, he was such a value to that company. So for anybody to...
In 500 meters, turn left.
What we were thinking, but... we decided, we're going to have some fun with Bob Hope. Thank God he was deaf.
Yeah, he hung around. He shouldn't have.
Take the next left onto Cedar Creek Road.
Because he wasn't even really there when he was there at that point. He came in to promote one of those specials of his. And, literally he had somebody almost carrying him at that point. And they plopped him down.
Continue on Cedar Creek Road for 5 kilometers.
Decided that he was going to interview him as Out of the Closet Stern. So Bob couldn't understand what was going on, but this terribly rude lady was talking to him, and he got pissed, and now he's leaving the studio, and we thought, oh no, he's going to go complain.
I was talking on the NBC. Out of the Closet Stern is coming in now. We have to vacate the room because Out of the Closet Stern has a special...
Oh, actually, fuck. Do you want to go use those wrestling tickets?
A real Bob Hope, not one of the stupid voices that we do here on the show. This is an event. This is like Bob Hope.
The real Bob Hope.
I bet you Out of the Closet Stern's real nervous talking to an institution.
Well, he says he pals around with all the stars.
Out of the Closet has been in many institutions to rid himself of his homosexual ways, but it didn't work. This is the first time he's actually talked to an institution. So let's let him out of the closet now. Oh, he's knocking on the door.
And that is only 45 minutes from the hotel. I think I have a few and I mix the two up.
Yes, because you shouldn't knock before you...
So we could hit the buffet right when dinner starts.
That's right.
And then fucking boom, out of there to Knoxville.
You want to tell Mr. Bob Hope just where he's talking to people from, don't you?
Where is she talking? Oh, yes, from San Francisco. Oh, sweet, San Francisco. Mr. Hope?
Isn't that where Canada came from?
Or is that somewhere else?
No, he's mayor of the county that we're staying in.
This girl has been a fan of yours for years.
Thank you, darling. Well, don't leave me because I need you right now.
Absolutely. I'm going to just say that, first of all, we heard that you were having, there was some trouble with your guy, and now your guy is fine. I didn't know you were out of the closet as well.
I've got a little hemorrhage in my right eye, but
that Bob Hope, an American institution, is like out of the closet stern? No way.
No. All right, I got a little hazy outlook on fate, but it'll be better.
Your eyes okay.
I get used to this kind of scenery every day.
Hear that.
Well, I can tell you, it's an honor to have you on the show. As a matter of fact, I always
Just so
love those
peaceful
USO
and
tours
calming.
that you did.
Thanks, Dom.
Because let me tell you something, all those men gathered in one room, to me, would be such a thrill. That to me is better than going to prison, Mr. Hope, if I may say so. And I'm being a laugh out of Bob
Yes,
Hope.
that's pretty good out of the closet.
See, and my boss says I'm a third-rate hack, that I never should have been hired by NBC. And yet you're laughing, aren't you?
That's right.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I see you're having a TV special with Julie Andrews. Right?
Yeah.
Am I doing okay in this interview?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Julie Andrews, she is marvelous. Although I don't agree with the nudity in her last film. I think it's disgusting.
That was the film before Out of the Closet. Would you keep up?
Okay. Dudley Moore you're having on?
Dudley Moore.
Robert Preston?
Robert Preston.
Robert Wagner?
Robert Wagner.
And the list goes
Willie
on.
Nelson.
I think I'm in trouble. Bernadette Peters?
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson?
Before you forget.
Yes, I love that song. You are always on my mind. As a matter of fact, our boss makes us play it every hour. As a matter of fact.
And we got good old Dean Martin, who's just back where he was 15 years ago.
Where's
Where's
that?
that? Where was he?
That's in Great Junction. He just back wonderful.
Marvelous! Do you know something, Mr. Hope? I hope I'm not imposing too much, as long as I got you here on the radio. Can I do some of my material for you?
Yeah.
Because I am a comedian. And I'm marvelous. Everybody ready?
That's right.
This is my big chance. I've
We're
never
ready.
performed before anybody as big as you. You can be honest with me. I do Liz Taylor jokes. Is that cool?
Okay.
Fat. Liz Taylor is so fat, before bed she sticks a red light in her navel so the planes will clear.
Oh, come on.
How was that, Mr. Hope?
I'm going to tell Joan Rivers.
It was good, wasn't it? No, seriously, Mr. Hope.
In 600 meters,
No.
turn left.
This is all original material. I wrote this today. Liz Taylor finds dieting very tough, Mr. Hope. The only way she can drop 20 pounds is to have a baby. Have a baby. How was that?
Wow, you got a turkey bladder there.
I'll tell you something.
Take the next left to stay on Cedar Creek Road.
Boys Town, get it? Boys Town.
Getting worse. I don't think you're impressing me.
Actually, Mr. Hope, I'm the Houdini.
Continue for 12 kilometers.
If I'm not funny today, I'll do my disappearing act. How's that? What do you say? What would you?
Everybody's voting yes.
You're very heavy shoe you're bouncing there.
You don't like this stuff, huh? Let me just say something, Mr. Hope. It was an honor to have you on. We're all going to watch your TV special.
That's right.
Okay?
All right, darling.
Did I do good?
Very good.
Thank you. You're an American institution. I never spoke to an institution before. I've been locked in several institutions, but never have I spoken to an American institution.
Very good, darling.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Man, I think I'm in trouble. That guy hated me. Ronnie, what do you think of that?
Oh, boy.
He was like real stiff.
Well, your jokes weren't so hot, Howard.
We can kiss this
Yeah,
dude
but I don't
goodbye.
think you like the whole out of the closet routine.
He talks to Grant Tinker personally.
Oh my.
It's a good thing we enjoy life. Because we ain't going to enjoy working anymore.
When that interview was over, I think they called, either his handlers or his manager called the radio station. Like, Bob is very upset. Bob is very angry. And I don't think Bob knew what fucking day it was, quite honestly. You know, and I think somehow the phone call came through to the control room, and they told Howard went, you know what? Let me pretend to be like the general manager or something like that. And he got on the phone, was talking to the guy. Yes, I understand. Okay, very good. You know what? We're going to talk to him. You know, we're going to set him straight. And they were happy, and we hung up. And I don't know if Bob ever found out if that happened, because what's funny is years later, we were doing the Channel 9 show, we actually got to meet Bob Hope in person. And I still don't know if he knew who we were. I still don't know if he knew what day it was. But I tell you, it was certainly a thrill to see Bob fucking Hope.
2 words. Pig virus.
Standards and Practices is the big broadcasting code name for the censors, and Standards and Practices was significantly engaged. And interestingly, and I have never spoken about this on the record before, we had a friend in standards and practices who was very highly placed, and that channeled me information that was helpful to me in attempting to make the world a safe place for Howard to do the things that Howard wanted to do. Now, if I'm Howard circa 1982, I'm thinking this guy Matheny is nothing but a pain in my ass. But the fact of the matter is that there was a fair amount of behind-the-scenes activity as we attempted to get standards to lighten the hell up. I guess I don't feel terribly badly about not having been as effective at that as we might have been, because ultimately, over time, it became clear to me that we were dealing with something that hadn't been dealt with before, that was more powerful than traffic reports, and it was more powerful than doing the weather on time. And over time, I became an advocate of taking our foot off the guy's throat a little bit and letting him do what it is we hired him to do in the first place. I didn't start precisely there, but I came around over time.
My traffic reports were the complete opposite of what was going on the rest of the station. I wanted them to be ugly traffic reports, and something you look forward to because you never knew what would happen during it. So the traffic there at NBC, they put a lot of money into it. It was sort of, you couldn't fuck with the actual traffic report, but you could fuck around inside and out of the traffic. But if I had free reign, believe me, I would have fucked with the traffic. I didn't care. I thought the traffic reports were ridiculous. The people should tune in for me. That was my philosophy, and anything short of that, I didn't care about music. I didn't care about any of it.
Former WNBC traffic reporter Donna Fiducia.
He started right off the bat by calling me Fidouche bag. To this day, people come up to me and go, God, how'd you let him do that? Or, I remember when he called you that. And I said, yeah, I know. And I used to say to Howard, it didn't matter, I went to camp. And when I was a kid, I knew exactly what a Fidouche bag was. It wasn't like he was showing me something new. People made fun of me for years with my last name. I remember when I was working at the Hard Rock Cafe once, I made an appearance with WNEW-FM, and Peter Frampton was there. And this
what are the cows in the water?
He talked to me and I said, I wanted to punch
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
He picked on you so much. It was great. Donna Fiducia, our traffic reporter. We tortured her a lot. We tortured some others more. But we did torture, because, you know, she got dubbed Donna Fiducia back. And she hated every time we said it. And so that became a running, you know, the more you get upset and the more a thing bothers you, the funnier it becomes. I don't know why people don't get that. So it just became, you know, like, why don't you say it? You know, and I remember the time that Howard tricked her into saying it. Now we were having her say it to herself. It was just, it drove her crazy.
Donna Fiducia took a lot of shit, but she was great. I really liked Donna, you know, the Fidouche bag thing, because it would drive her crazy. Anybody who would be driven crazy. And that was the whole thing. I'd make fun of my helicopter traffic girl, because the helicopter traffic was the worst part of my show. I hated it. And then they would go, we done research and says the traffic is most important. And I go, I don't give a fuck. Traffic is not the star on my show. So then, of course, I started making fun of his traffic girl. Never occurred to him before. His show used to be, hello, Miss Frank. Ross Frank was his hero. Hello, Miss Frank. Hi, Mr. Imus. Mine was the complete opposite. I was like bitching and moaning to Donna. And then we'd even call it Donna Fidouche bag. And then we would have her say something like bag and then Fidouche. And we'd cut our mic off and she'd go, I'm Donna Fidouche bag. You know, so it was like, and she'd be like, whoa, you know, she'd go crazy. But she was a real good sport about it. She got it. She knew what was going on.
It created a lot of emotion. It was a lot of fun. And it didn't get to me. I think it got to a lot of people who worked with him after me and even before me. But I just knew that what he was saying was on the air. It was the on-air persona that he had. And I don't know if I should say this, but every once in a while, I'd hear on the two-way off the air, well, this is Howard. Did I go too far? But yeah, I'm sorry. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it, you know? Because we had a lot of fun.
I can no longer make fun of Donna Fiducia.
Oh, really?
My mother yelled at me for 10 minutes.
Oh, what did we do to her lately?
She says we have been so despicably mean to her.
Oh, dear.
So, I don't know, you can do what you want, Robin, but from now on, I gotta be real nice to Donna Fiducia.
I haven't said anything to Donna.
Well, you calling her a slut pig didn't help.
Oh, get away, I never did that.
she did off the air. So anyway, from now on, I like Donna Fiducia because my mother made me feel so damn guilty. And I said, you know, Ma, you're ruining the show. You make me feel guilty about everything I do, then I can't do it.
Well, this won't last forever.
No, it'll wear off. The guilt will wear off. We should get my mother on the phone. She was yelling at me last night like you would not believe.
You know, the thing is, I don't mind your mother having input into the show.
Oh, it's busy.
But the thing is that Donna gets crazy when your mother says these things.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm going to try to be nice with Donna Fiducia. I'll try to ad-lib and I'll try not to be overly obnoxious toward her. It's just that she comes out with such crazy things.
Well, you watch. I mean, now that your mother has to come to her defense, she'll be running rampant up there with stupid things to say.
Well, let's give her a chance. Here's Donna Fiducia in the N-copter.
I promise, Howard, I won't say anything nasty to you again either.
Yeah, my mother laid a whole heavy trip about you on me.
I knew I loved your mother for something.
She said, be sure to tell Donna it was me who got her this reprieve. My mother wanted some kind of credit for it, too.
Well, I will definitely thank her, if and when I do meet her. I would certainly like to. So far, the situation on the southbound road.
Yeah, invite her over to dinner.
Okay.
No, Robin, seriously, don't say anything nasty.
Be nice. Be real nice,
Hey,
Howard.
Robin.
No, I'm not going to say
Setting
anything.
on tonight.
I'm not going to say anything bad about you anymore.
We'll see how long this lasts.
I think you ought to be super nice and start including her in your social circle.
Yeah. And why don't you take off your panties for me? I'll be real nice to you.
To what do I owe this great honor, Howard? To be accepted by you.
Just to the... It's not me, it's my mother.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll try to be nice so you won't have to pick on me.
Howard was just starting out, obviously, and testing the waters. And what he did was still so, for lack of a better way of saying it, risque. But yet, he was always very self-deprecating in some respects, too, which made it a lot of fun. Like, he would call me for douchebag, God knows how many times. And then all of a sudden, you'd hear the phone ring, and you'd hear his mother on the phone line. Howard, stop picking on that poor little girl. And he'd go, yes, Mommy. Yes, Mommy, I'm sorry, Mommy. And then he stopped.
Howard, we do have some real heavy traffic now on the northbound Major Deacon Expressway. It's jam-packed from the 140.
It's driving me crazy that I can't make fun of you. Let me see if my mother's home.
I actually like it.
What this is all about.
It's really nice. Let me do my reports.
Maybe I can convince her that she's wrong.
No. Don't do that, Robert.
My mother laid a half-hour, no exaggeration, a half-hour trip on me about how I shouldn't make fun of Donna Fiducia.
I paid her to do that.
Oh, good, it's ringing.
No, good. Maybe you can talk to her.
Ma, come on here. Here's my mother.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Ma.
What's doing, Howard?
I haven't made fun of Donna Fiducia since you told me.
Good. You're a good boy.
But it's driving me crazy because she's such a bimbo.
Oh, wait a minute.
Howard, are you starting again?
No.
I don't want to speak about people like that.
No, I swore to you that I would never make fun of Donna Fiducia again.
Okay, so?
But it's near impossible. Because what am I supposed to do if she says something dumb?
I don't hear her saying anything dumb.
You've heard her in the past.
I've heard her in the past, and she sounds beautiful to me. I love you, Mommy.
Hey, just so you see, what was it she said the other day that I got mad at, Robin?
Oh, I can't. I don't try to remember anything she says.
How could you get mad at this lovely girl?
We don't get mad at her.
I get mad at her. It's when she says something dumb, I get upset. And now my...
You never heard her say anything dumb, Howard.
You didn't think...
Are you of the intelligentsia? I mean, what are you? You're so brilliant?
Ooh, she's really being...
You know, I love you, but I could easily put you in an old age home. I'm serious. You're not getting any younger.
Wait till Emily puts you in the old age home. I'll be around to see it.
I think my mother loves my sister's kids more than my kid.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
She's over my sister's house more than she is at mine.
You don't invite her.
Good for you, Robin.
No, seriously, Ma. Whose kids do you love more, my sister's kids or my kid?
I love all my kids.
Wow.
Each kid has a special place.
In 600 meters, turn left onto US 321 South.
Will my sister be an equal?
What's this got to do with Donna Fiducia anyway?
What?
What's this got to do with Donna Fiducia?
We'll get back to that
topic.
That wonderful traffic person.
I like her. I like the way she does her job. She's very efficient.
Yeah, but you gotta admit, when you...
Lovely report, and I certainly feel...
Turn left onto US 321 South.
You gotta admit, sometimes you hear Donna Fiducia say things that are completely out of context with the show.
I never heard
It's like she misses a synapse.
I never heard her miss anything. She's right on.
Really? Continue on US 321 South for 15 kilometers.
And you have to understand where the listeners are coming from. We enjoy her. We really do.
Maybe I shouldn't have asked you to call your mother.
Oh, was it your idea, Rob? You still love me, don't you?
Yeah, but she doesn't say anything. She doesn't say... What I'm saying is, she doesn't say anything that's relevant to the show. Like all of a sudden...
Anything that isn't relevant to the show, Howard. I really mean it. She's very good. I enjoyed it very much. And so did your father. I mean, I can only tell you our feelings.
I think maybe people feel bad for her, but I can't tell. You can't tell me she's like sorry.
No. This has nothing to do with feeling good or bad. I don't like you speaking nasty to anyone.
But you think...
Aside from the point, however...
You think she has talent, is what you're saying?
Yes, I really do.
You think reading traffic is talent?
It sure is. It sure is.
You don't think
try reading it.
You don't think a retarded person could get on this station and read the traffic?
No, I don't think so.
I don't miss my mother on the phone.
What do you think it is?
Let me ask you something you will.
Yes.
Since I've never seen the context, would my sister and I split everything equally?
I don't feel I'm going to reveal this information to you right now.
Now let's say my father goes first. Does that mean you get everything, or we split it 3 ways? What?
First of all, whatever's going to be left is not going to be much left because I intend to live very long.
No, I'm not saying mine.
I take a very good care of myself, Howard.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think you should spend all your money.
Why not?
Well, I'm saying I think
We'll have plenty of money. We'll share.
No, I'm thinking that something should be left over for me and my sister. I mean, you know. Because I think it's going to be pretty damn embarrassing if you die and everyone knows you didn't have a penny.
I'm not embarrassed. Why do you want this money, Howard?
I just know I'm I get the shaft.
Rockefeller's mommy and daddy died and gave him billions.
You'll have to take care of your mom, too, Howard.
My parents would be going out to dinner like every night of the week, going to eat. And it drives me crazy.
We always told you, Howard. We all say, this is on Howard.
No, I'm saying I think you should eat home every once in a while.
When are you taking me out to that nice bean store?
I'm going to take you out there, but what I'm saying is I think you guys should save a little money and not eat out dinner so much. No, I'm being serious, Bob. It's not funny.
Oh, no,
Would you like it if your parents went out to eat?
They're not leaving me a thing. This is hysterical.
But what if your parents had some money and they spent all your inheritance? Oh, anyway, get back to Donna Fiducia, Ma. You're absolutely
I
right.
love her. I really do. I think she is wonderful. I wish I could do the job she does.
I wish
you could do the job she does.
I wish she could do the job she's supposed to do.
Does it well. Does it well. Very, very well.
Now, what you're saying is if she says something that is completely out of context, what's
Well,
done.
give me a for instance. I never heard that. I never heard that, Howard.
Oh, how about the time you were doing...
Just like she gets on, you know.
Ma.
And what's more, she's very nice to you.
Ma, listen to
I
Rob.
got a for instance.
Yeah.
What about the time we were doing Christmas trivia?
Right.
And Donna turned around and said, well, can you name 7 horse? Were we supposed to ignore that?
Now, what do you think of that?
Well, that's trivia. I've heard a lot of people ask that question.
It's not Christmas
It's not Christmas
trivia.
trivia, Ma.
Oh, all right. So what?
Oh. You're being awfully lady and I know.
Well, I'm going to do it, Mommy, because I love you, because you raised me.
Yes, and I'll do it too.
Yeah, don't go out to dinner so much. Drives me crazy.
Well, maybe you're going to take me to the bean store now.
I'm going to take you a couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Don't forget now.
All right, I love you. You're a saint.
I love you too, Howard. See you soon.
Don't ever change.
Get ready for your birthday, Howard.
Yeah, I'm having a birthday.
Ooh, what are you going to get him?
Will he be surprised? I'll give you a pack of bills in my dining out for the...
Let me just tell you something, Mom. I love you, even though you didn't breastfeed me. I'll never forgive you for that.
I know how. You missed out. Next time, now you'll do it.
It's a long thing to do to me.
right, I'll see you. Listen, don't ever change.
All right, you too.
Stay in touch.
Bye-bye.
I love you.
Bye.
Marvelous.
Yeah, she was.
And she saved your ass down.
I tell you, you better be glad.
Can I have her phone number, Howard? I need an agent.
We can't even say anything.
I know. 538 WBC.
Come on.
Here's Donna.
You certainly would pick up for me.
Al Rosenberg.
It was pretty much by the seat of their pants. I mean, he was going into areas that no one had ever gone before. I remember smegma was being discussed on the air one day. You know what smegma is, you know. Dominic Fioravanti was the GM back in those days, and I happened to step out of the studio for it, and Fioravanti's back there laughing, saying, smegma is some kind of cheese, and Jim Collins, who was the assistant program director, came back and said, you know what's all over the airplane? And Fioravanti said, yeah, I'm talking about cheese. He says, no, smegma, you know what that is? Yeah, it's cheese. No, it's stuff on your dick. It was like a kick over to anthill. People running around trying to get into the studio to shut them off and screaming and yelling. It was really like being surrounded by an enemy camp is really what it felt like. It felt like a circle the wagons mentality because everybody hated us. Hated us.
The show at NBC could have been so much better, so much wilder, so much more. And that's what was killing me during the pre-virus years. It was killing me. I knew what the show should have been. People in New York would have been blown out of the water with what we could have done. We would have blown that fucking station up. Oh boy, it was frustrating not being allowed to do it.
Well, this thing's been in production for hours now.
It better be good.
This better be good. 2001, a gay space oddity.
It is the year 2010. A rocket ship full of very creative and artistic people has been assembled. Their mission? To fly to Uranus.
Why do we have to fly to Uranus? Can't we fly to my anus?
No, don't be foolish. Everyone fits Uranus. We must get to the planet Uranus. It is filled with a huge black monolith.
Not to mention my wristwatch and pinky ring, my ID.
Day 1, we spent introducing ourselves to the ship.
Lieutenant Bobby.
Lieutenant Bobby, this is Captain Method.
Please, just call me Mindy.
On our ship. Our voyage was filled with oodles of danger.
Oh my God, it's a black hole! Black hole! Where's the black hole?
Oh, fuck the law. Leroy, how many times have I told you not to stand in front of the telescope?
Talk about your twin moon.
We filled the long hours with idle conversation.
You know, Captain Blue, love is never going to bed mad.
Those are true.
Hey, that was a cat.
So let's go to bed.
Finally, we approached our destination. Uranus! I can see Uranus!
Stop getting so excited. You've seen it a million times. You're acting like a
As we circled Uranus, I had a lump in my throat. But that'll be all for now, pretend luck. Something just wonderful is going to happen.
Something wonderful is happening. Look out the rear porthole.
Oh my God! It's big, it's black, it's hard, and it's shiny.
Is it the monolith?
No, it's Lieutenant Dubaney.
Everybody go along! Daisy chain! Daisy chain! Daisy chain!
No, it wasn't the monolith. But it was the next best thing. Meet with us tomorrow when we circle Uranus and encounter a black hole.
Leroy, are you here again?
Hello, 421 WNBC, 2010, a gay space oddity. Finally get the name of that thing straight. Alright, go. Set filled with action and special effects.
It was incredible. Awesome.
Simply awesome. Alright, 48 degrees, clouds tonight, clouds tomorrow, NBC.
There's more history of Howard Stern coming up. But first, Donna Fiducia.
Hi, this is Donna Fiducia. One time he asked where I was, and I said, I'm on the West Side Highway. And he goes, do me a favor, go down toward the Lincoln Tunnel. We're going to tell everybody that you're going to fly back up the West Side Highway, and I want to see how many people flash you with their lights. And he goes, okay, now Donna's right at, 57th Street now. Flash your lights if you see her coming up. And I would say 95% of the cars on that street were flashing them. I mean, that goes to show you how many people were listening.
Okay, now in other words, if these people now were to all of a sudden flash their brights, you'd be able to see this?
Oh, for sure.
Now listen, you people, if you're listening to us now, those people, when I count to 3, when you hear the number 3, I want you to flash your lights. Either do your brights or flash. Don't worry about the other drivers. It's okay. Everybody's moving slow. It's not going to annoy them that much, right?
Right.
All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's give them a chance.
Yes! Oh, it's a gun!
You see it?
I see it!
She sees it! She sees it! Hallelujah! 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 Hallelujah!
This is George Takei, and you're listening to The History of Howard Stern. Some history is worth...
In 500 meters, turn right onto East Main Street.
In February of 1983, Howard brought in a new personality to help out on the WNBC show part-time. A musician turned comedian named Jackie the Joke Man Martling.
WNBC.
Take the next right onto East Main Street.
With your pal, How Weird. Robin is here, and the boy, what you call them, the boys?
The boys!
One of the boys! The boys. The trivia experts, the think tank, is here. Looney Skip Rooney from the Uncle Floyd Show.
Yeah. Hi. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Skip. Hi.
And we got Jackie Martling here. And of course, Mark Spiegel joins us today, who's the trivia expert.
I love his catalog.
Oh, boy.
In 400 meters, turn left onto US 321 South.
You know what happened?
Right?
Oh! I took my wife on vacation to the Great Lakes. Erie? Oh, she's pretty weird. Thank you. Then I took her to the island.
Jamaica?
No, she wanted to go. Then I took her to visit my cousin in Alaska.
No?
Of course I know him, Howard. He's my cousin.
This is the type of humor that Jackie makes a living doing.
Take the next left onto US 321 South, then continue straight onto Tennessee 32 South.
And the owner said, there's a guy who just got fired here, and he's going to NBC in New York. You should look him up. He'd love you. He did broadcasts in his underwear Friday mornings live from my truck. His name is Howard Stern. Got home, put Howard Stern's name on a mailer and sent him my 3 comedy albums and the matching cassettes, and a couple months later he called up.
Well, I first became aware of Jackie, meeting him and becoming aware of the phenomenon known as Jackie the Jokeman.
Continue straight onto Tennessee 32 South, US 321 South.
And I guess Jackie would do this blanketing of anytime there was like a new guy in town on radio or TV or whatever. And if you've ever been to Jokeland, you'll see it. All these records, all these tapes, more than you could ever imagine anybody would ever listen to. But Jackie would send out free records and free tapes and free t-shirts and everything to everybody. And, you know, being in radio, you kind of go, this is kind of cool. I got free records, I got free tapes, and you listen to it and you go like, maybe this isn't so cool. But anyways, it happened to be a good day. Howard got some free tapes of Jackie's jokes, and we were listening to them in the car.
You're a good crowd. Let's drink a toast. Come on, let's drink a toast. There was a girl named Ethel. At the price of fuel, she would win. She traded her ass for a gallon of gas.
Continue on Tennessee 32 South for 11 kilometers.
Fuck yeah.
And, you know, it's like he had a pretty good energy on those tapes. He sounded like he was having a good time, and Howard's idea of kind of like gangbang radio, it kind of played into that.
The way Jackie came on the show was, I don't remember how it happened exactly, but I know that Fred and I were in my apartment when I first came to New York, and I guess Jackie sent some material to us, a record album of some kind with Jackie the Joke Man jokes on it. And Fred and I were listening to it, and I don't know if I said to Fred or Fred said to me, but I said it would be cool to have the guy on and play Stump the Joke Man.
You know, I was like, hey, maybe this guy would be good to come in and, you know, once a week we could do like match game like we used to do.
In 300 meters, turn right to stay on Hadrick Drive.
Or maybe he could come in and Howard came up with the idea of Stump the Joke Man, which was kind of like Stump the Band, what they used to do on Johnny Carson. But basically, the idea was that people would call up with the setup, and then Jackie would furnish the punchline. And it was pretty amazing. Jackie would probably get, you know, 99 out of 100 jokes. And maybe the one time that he didn't get it, usually was a made-up joke.
That's a good sign.
But that's okay, you can play. What's the question? Go ahead.
It says my name.
What do you call a box of ducks? Not a snake here. Box of ducks, I would go for quackers. Alright, who knows? Who wants to say it? Alright, go ahead, Skip. A box of quackers. A box of quackers. Is that right? Yeah. Alright, Alright, that's one down. It's not bad. It was a typical fourth grade humor. It's the kind of stuff we do on the show every day.
Ah, shit.
Why don't they have any ice cubes in Poland? Forgot the recipe. Forgot the recipe. Alright, go ahead, stump the comedian. Why are there no black motorcycle cop? Is it clean?
Yes. Do you need to use it over here, or you're good? Would you like a receipt? Yeah, why not?
Alright, stop the comedian. What did the vampire say to the dentist? What did the vampire say to the dentist? Is it what? What the hell kind of comedian?
What way were we going? That way, right?
Yeah.
I need a Bojangles chicken biscuit.
It's bedtime. Can I take the order, please?
Hi, can I just have 1 minute?
Let me know when you're ready.
Thank you.
Regular feature of the show. What Jackie designed, I would say, strictly his invention, was basically the jokes. There was a situational.
Head south toward Epley Road.
Hi there, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Can I get 2 gravy biscuits, please? Or actually make that 1 gravy biscuit and 1 southern filet biscuit.
Okay, what up?
That's it. Did you want anything?
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Sure.
It was, I'd say, a pretty important part of the show.
You can always tell Jackie's joke by if he laughed. If Jackie
Alright, this one will be $6.23. Thank you.
Thank you.
if you heard that, you know that was a Jackie's joke.
Oh shit, 2 country ham biscuits for $3. Are you hungry? You want me to tell them to add that on real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Can I add 2 of the country ham biscuits to that, please? Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Then turn right onto 1032 South. Turn right onto 1032 South.
Give me some of that now, right here on the air. Oh, man!
Mama, nobody wants to hear this.
Alright, let me do the traffic now.
Please.
Didn't you say that place was named after like racist?
Yeah, the racist character. Well, the character wasn't like he was a racist, but it was
Yeah, I don't think that's
like a racially motivated character. I don't know how to. It would make the fun of black people, basically.
All lanes of the eastbound Prospect Expressway are open and the Cherry Bean Expressway. The dream. The Justin trailer accident has been removed from the right incident lane. Traffic, however, remains slow from the GW Bridge. Northbound Major Deegan Expressway is heavy from Yankee Stadium to the ramp for the GW Bridge.
Is that it?
Yes.
Thank you.
Shut up! Shut up, you hoe!
Oh, Mama.
Don't you call me a hoe! I don't believe you call me a hoe! My mama listen to me! Your mama big fat pig, man!
Oh, no!
Hey, kid, man, you gonna end up looking like your mom, that's why I won't marry you ever! That'd be hard to marry you anyway!
I think we better just cut them off.
Shut up!
Meanwhile, Stern was constantly at odds with his NBC bosses, who made his life miserable, both on and off the air.
One thing that Howard does, which makes him very popular, most of these guys that are on the air keep their lives under wraps. They never talk about themselves. I never hear anybody. He will even criticize his own self, which most of these guys won't do. So he was out there very honest about himself, so he had the right, he felt, he could criticize other people, the upper up. They never had anybody that would talk back to them on the air and tell them, listen, what I'm doing here and that. So they took a dislike to this kind of behavior. But he did it to himself, so it was a fair game.
There was a constant battle, and God bless Howard. He fought all the battles. We just carried spears. He's the guy they attacked, but he would be late for the news. He'd be late for traffic. He'd be late for the top of it. He'd be late for stuff because you're in the middle of something. I mean, you're talking to some hooker, and you're getting all kinds of. How do you break away from that? It's very compelling stuff.
Howard did find some support from the outside in comedian David Brenner. Producer, Boy Lee Davis.
David Brenner.
In 600 meters, turn right onto US 321 South.
He was a huge fan of the show. Whenever he would be in town, he would want to appear on the show. And I know he was a staunch supporter of Howard through the years, even when NBC was considering, whether to make a change there or not. He was always there for Howard.
I did Howard's show so many times, and we were always interrupted by the music.
Take the next right onto US 321 South, then turn left to stay on US 321 South.
And he was always complaining about, how he had to stop. And I thought, this is terrible. And then he was having a fight with NBC over this.
David Brenner, wonderful guest. He was huge at the time. He was a big comedian. He came in and he did a segment on the show. And he got it. And he then, he saw...
Take the next left to stay on US 321 South.
He went to management and he said, you people ought to leave him alone. That guy's a creative genius. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's brilliant.
Continue on US 321 South for 11 kilometers.
Leave him alone. Let him go. And that meant a huge amount to us. We've never forgotten that.
At that time, I was the top guest host of The Tonight Show, NBC. And I was in there one day, and I just, when he asked up with music, started complaining. And there was this guy named called him Pig Vomit. He was a big executive. And I said, this is wrong, Howard. You're right. It's absolutely wrong. You shouldn't play music. You should only talk. And I said, I'm going to talk to this guy. And I marched out of the studio. I went down the hall, found this guy's office. I walked in there and I said, I want to tell you something. You have the unique radio talent sitting, 20 yards from here, one of a kind, brilliant. No one's ever been like him. No one will ever be like him. And you are wasting him with your damn music. And it's a sin, and I don't know how you got the power to stop something that would make radio explode. Because this is the best radio personality, and I've done them all. And I went on and on and on like that.
I remember a brief encounter with David Brenner, I believe, in the first floor lobby within the security area following a Stern broadcast one evening. I remember thinking he was joking at first.
Well, Big Vomit, he couldn't blow me off, and I was a big guy at NBC television, so he couldn't, I'm hosting the Tonight Show. What are you kidding me? He's not going to blow me off. He looked concerned, possibly / frightened.
And then he kind of got up in my grill, and he was clearly not joking. And it was a 20-30 second encounter, and that was that.
Well, of course he's going to remember it differently. It's like, do you remember when Tony Lamorgia beat you up in the street? Well, he didn't beat, he hit me a couple times. He hit me in the shoulder, I remember that. It was like a light punch, and it just bothered me that he was throwing punches at me. Meanwhile, the guy scraped the ground with me. That's memories. We'll do it. You're trying to minimize things.
I think his purpose was fair and honorable, which was he was trying to persuade someone that he perceived to be impeding the growth and artistry of an emerging talent from doing the thing or things that he or she needed to do in order to advance.
When something new comes along, you can't reject it on its face value. You got to give it a chance to see if it can bloom. And that's what he wasn't doing. And that's what NBC wasn't doing, and that was a mistake. And I'm not worried about saying that now because I'm never going to get to host the Tonight Show.
Well, past 7 o'clock at WNBC. So last night was a big NBC newsroom party hosted by Imam Ayatollah Firavanti and, of course, the lovely pig virus. The entire news department was subjected to those two maniacs of WNBC.
For several hours.
So anyway, Pig Virus turned out to be the jerk of the evening when he got lit. You know what I'm talking about. Thing is, he acted like a jerk, right? Which is normal, but he could blame it on being drunk.
Yeah.
So this way he could be his usual weird self.
Yeah, everybody forgave him. I don't know why.
Yeah, everybody said, oh, he was drunk, he had a few. But the thing is, he acts like that normally.
We never finished the story. A couple actually asked to have their table moved because
away from him.
Yes, they
Can you imagine?
to the another side of the restaurant, and Iman Firavanti picked up the tab for their dinner.
Did he really?
Yeah, to make up for what he had done.
And now Firavanti, the general manager of the station, goes around cursing out Pig Virus's name in the halls.
And calling him Pig Virus.
Yeah, and calling him Pig Virus as well. So, it's pretty wild. But anyway, something funny happened the other day, which we should tell you about.
Yes.
We had David Brenner on, who is, of course, a big fan of the show.
That's right.
Yeah, thank God.
And you didn't know how much of a fan he was. You thought he was pulling your leg and was only semi-lukewarm about you, but he really loves you.
He really loves me because tell everybody what happened.
Well, last night in Kevin's drunken stupor, he started, unloading information.
Yeah, Pig Virus was so drunk he started telling Robin things he's never told anyone.
Yeah.
See, we didn't know this story happened.
Okay, so I'm walking by and he says, Robin, I got a 20-minute lecture yesterday on your program. And I said, from who? And he said, David Brenner. I stopped him in the hall to say thank you for coming. And he just turned around and started screaming at me, what's wrong with you? Let Howard do his thing.
David is saying that.
Yeah, let him roll, man. Let him go. There's music on. Don't make him stop and play records. Let him blow off a record if he wants to. There's plenty of music in the world, but there's only one Howard Stern.
David Brenner yelling at Pig Virus.
Really? Can you believe it?
It did no good, though, because tomorrow I have a meeting with Pig Virus, so he can yell at me and tell me what we're doing wrong. Even a guy as big as Brenner yelling at Pig Virus doesn't seem to even infiltrate that man's mind.
I tell ya.
Pretty wild. Oh, man. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So the couple next to Pig Virus actually had to move their seats.
They got up and left. Yeah. They couldn't take it anymore.
See,
and we have to work with this guy
our problem is we can't get up and leave.
Really?
No one's going to pay for our dinner.
Anybody with any taste at all gets up and leaves.
Yeah, but we
have to stay.
We got to sit there and take the abuse. Anyway, we want to thank David Brenner for giving a 20-minute radio lecture to Pig Virus.
He needed it.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah. WNBC.
But
But the chaos of Stern's professional life was balanced by a new high point in his personal life. On May 7, 1983, Howard's wife Allison gave birth to their first daughter, Emily Beth.
My daughter Emily being born, rocked my world. She's a great kid. And I mean, when she was born, it changed my life. First of all, I felt a tremendous amount of pressure professionally because now all of a sudden, not only was I married, but I felt the responsibility to buy a house. I wanted to do all those adult things and provide for my kid. And any parent who's experienced their child being born, I mean, you fall in love with this kid instantly. Like, this is your daughter, and this was just unbelievable. I incorporated Emily into the act in the way I talked about being married and having a child. I'd even make tapes of the child being born and all this, but the idea that I had a child now was unbelievable pressure, but also unbelievable joy.
I remember how wonderful the radio days were when you used to talk to her. We used to talk to her when she was in the womb. They'd hold the phone up and have a conversation with her. And actually, that's when I used to hear women at NBC who hated Howard talk about that he might be something different than they thought he was. That he began to touch people in a whole different way with that. So, good thing.
I'm gonna watch you shine, gonna watch you grow, gonna paint the sun, so you'll always know, as long as one and one is two. There could never be a father that his daughter more than I love.
Hi. Cut it out, Bobby. I'm talking to my kid. I'll make jokes during this. Hard enough to do this kind of stuff on the air, but you're supposed to do it. It's your father. How weird. Yeah. You love me? Kid's sleeping on my time. Wake up! What the heck is wrong with you? Bobby, cut it out. I'm talking to the kid. It's not funny. This is your father. I'm on the radio, and I love you. What should I say to it, Bob? What would you say to your kid? Or more?
Don't be a disc jockey.
Yeah, don't be a disc jockey. Work with slobs like Pig Virus who make your life miserable. Absolutely miserable. I want you to be a doctor or a lawyer. I want you to study hard in school. My boy Ethan will be strong as a tree. What if it is a girl?
There could never be a father of his daughter more than I love.
A great moment in my life. I was very, very proud of her and proud to be her father. I didn't want my kid to have the kind of education I had. I didn't want her to grow up in the neighborhood that I grew up in. I wanted good things for my daughter. I really did. I wanted her to be happy growing up, safe and secure. So I don't think I put much thought into the fact that, wow, she's got Howard Stern as a father, which is this wild.
Chickens.
I felt that I would be a good dad. I would take my job seriously as a father, just the way I did in radio, and take my job seriously and be there for her. And, I always did the best I could as a dad. But it really probably made me focus even more as a performer, to have a child.
Soon after Emily's birth, Howard received more good fortune when new general manager Randy Baumgarten arrived at WNBC.
That was our golden age at NBC. When Randy got there, Randy was a fan, Randy understood the show, and he wanted us to do what we did. Randy really let
In
go
500 meters, turn right to stay on US 321 South.
That's when the show really took shape and took off.
Randy came from the finance side of the business, so you'd be surprised that he got along and understood Howard as well as he did. But Randy was always there for Howard, a real big supporter of Howard.
Take the next right to stay on US 321 South.
See with a unique perspective of being acquainted with the program from the outside. And part of the benefit of that was that he didn't walk into the job the first day knowing everything.
Continue on US 321 South for 29 kilometers.
What he was really interested in was letting the talent do the thing that would make the talent be successful.
I was actually at the lunch where it was Howard, me, Kevin Matheny, and Randy. And Kevin was just beating up on Howard about hitting the news and hitting the traffic. And Randy turned to Kevin and said, people don't tune into us to get the traffic of the news. They have wins and they have the news networks to get the traffic of the news. They come to us to be entertained, and this is entertainment. Howard Stern is entertainment. That's why they tuned us. So Howard, don't worry about hitting those things anymore. And Kevin was just, you could just see the wind suck right out of his chest because his boss just said, leave the guy alone. Let him do what he's doing. Don't worry about hitting posts anymore. Just do it. It was a great moment.
So yeah, he loosened the reins somewhat on his early watch when I was there, and I think as time went by, he became more and more directly involved with the daily broadcast. He was an enormous Howard advocate. He got the show, he got the guy. As I had previously done, he got that we were in uncharted territory, and what we needed to do was help the guy be Lewis and Clark, not lock him into being someone else.
Randy was a good guy. He came into the radio division and he fought for me. Randy was a genuine fan of what we were doing and got it and knew it was the future. Randy was a great guy.
Prior to Baumgarten's arrival, WNBC's marketing of Howard Stern had completely missed
they're not even open.
I just used to have a lot of characters, and I never had characters, really.
Right, the Reverend Billy
Yeah, and he had this bus, he had a subway post filled with different characters. I was surrounded by the characters, you know, it was a cartoon.
I remember it,
Yeah, and it was called Morning Sickness from 6 to 10 a.m. So, you know, I get to New York and they go, first we're going to run a TV commercial says, welcoming you back. Because Imus came back to New York. Remember Imus was fired and he went to Cleveland and then they brought him back? They go, we want to do a TV commercial. And it was like, Howard Stern's coming back to New York. I go, guys.
I was never here.
I was never really in New York. Well, you worked up in Westchester. I go, but nobody knew me. I mean, Imus came back to New York. Why are you saying I'm coming back to New York? People don't know me. Right. I mean, well, you lived in New York. You grew up in New York. They go, yeah, but who's going to know that? This is, everything in NBC was identical to Imus.
Well, you know what it was? They didn't want to buy any advertising of, you know, agency stuff, so they just recycled the Imus stuff.
Yeah, maybe that. I don't know what it was, but it had all worked for Imus somehow. Right. So they figured they'd do the same thing for me. It was insulting. Then they put up a subway thing with my character, because they wanted me to have character. Because it's better if you have character. Because Imus has characters. They said, I don't really have character. They go, sometimes I do like a gay voice out of the closet. Done. They go, okay, that's one of your characters. But it's really not what I'm known for. I mean, I talk.
It's so funny in retrospect, them telling you how to do radio.
It's a miracle I survived that. I mean, career-wise.
Like, they knew what they were doing.
It was stepping on a landmine.
Right.
Then, so they hung up those things. They had absolutely no impact, those subway.
Right, they were down in the subway. Who's listening to the AM radio in the subway?
And meanwhile, I go to my parents' house. They have that hanging in my whole bedroom in my house, like a shrine to me.
Oh, yeah.
And I wish they'd just get rid of it, because every time I see it, I want to bark.
The new GM, Randy Baumgarten, saw an opportunity to cross-promote his two most popular jocks. In a radical and now virtually unthinkable move, he paired up Howard Stern and Don Imus in a new television ad campaign.
The biggest thing that they have in common is they piss everybody off. And we started talking about maybe we should apologize to everybody that they have offended. And then we got to thinking maybe we should have them do the apology. Maybe we should have them simultaneously on camera doing the apology. And I don't remember to whom it occurred. I wish it had been I, but I don't think it was, that Randy Baumgarten is one of the greatest straight men in history. So neither Don nor Howard had any lines in that commercial. It was all Randy and the voiceover talent. And Randy made the thing, in my view. He had this Chaplin-esque capacity to move his mustache. And as Don or Howard would look at him, he'd kind of give them the eye, give them the stink eye, give them that arched eyebrow look, and they would snap back to, seated attention, as if the principal or their dad had put them in their place. So it was remarkable in that the vast majority of the acting and all of the speaking was done by a non-performer, and the performer at his left elbow and his right elbow really made it work.
Because of certain indiscreet remarks by Don Imus and Howard Stern, WNBC Radio apologizes to the following: the National Organization for Women, the New York chapter of Hadassah, Governor Cuomo, the New York Jets, the United States Congress, both houses, Nassau Community College, the Gay Men's Choir, Sons of Italy, Rabbi Arthur Selkowitz, the U.S. Mint, Alexander Haig, the New York Giant, the New York State Police, the United Nations, the Gay Press, my wife.
66 WNBC. If we weren't so bad, we wouldn't be so good.
Queen Elizabeth, Pay or cash?
Then, the next campaign, they finally, Randy Baumgarten decided he wants to put me in a TV commercial with Imus. And Randy's going to apologize for all the things Imus said, and I said, first of all, I'm saying to myself, Imus never said anything worth apologizing for.
He's apologizing for actually Moby Worm.
Yeah, I mean, they've all his dumb characters. So Imus goes, I'm not doing a TV commercial with him. So in order to get him to do the commercial, they give him a gold Rolex watch because Imus likes Rolex watches. And I'm like, what kind of ass am I? No, I don't ask these guys for a friggin' thing. They act like they're doing me a favor. They can jerk off. Meanwhile, my ratings were already my ratings were already beating this idiot. Right. And I'm sitting there going, and they're not even letting me do my act, and I'm beating. That's how lame he is.
Well, the big observation me and my old man made was you looked just like you did not want to be there.
I didn't.
You looked so pissed off.
Oh my God! Well, first of all, they told me to look pissed off too. You know, it was part of the commercial.
It came through.
Yeah, and I remember, and I'm sitting there doing the commercial, and they say, "Look pissed off," and I'm fine. All of a sudden, Imus is pissed off, and then Imus would go, like we're shooting the commercial, and Randy's going, "I want to apologize for this. I want to apologize for that," and all of a sudden, Imus goes, "Oh well," like that. Right. The whole crew stops. They go, "Brilliant!" They all start applauding. "Oh, that was great, Mr. Imus. Great stuff." They're like clapping. I'm going, "Holy mackerel! This is a nation of sick people I'm surrounded by."
You checked Imus movie, the unauthorized Imus movie.
Oh please! What do you want? I wouldn't waste my time.
It's funny.
You can't get any listeners, and you can't get any friggin' viewers to a movie.
Nobody wants to watch that.
Yeah, please. There's no story there.
I don't think anybody at that time realized how big Howard would become. So, you know, you didn't really pay attention to it too much, other than Imus obviously was the big guy in New York at the time, and in radio at the time, and Howard was this new kid coming into New York and doing things a little differently. I don't think Imus felt he was, you know, mistreating Howard, because that was kind of Imus's persona at the time. That's really pretty much how he treated everybody.
We got there and he basically ignored us and would only refer to us as our race or our religion. And pretty much, you know, had nothing to do with us. He was the big cheese, and it was like, you know, have them leave me alone, and I don't like to see them.
Every once in a while it would bubble to the surface. Imus was too busy pretending to be the godfather of morning comedy radio. But, you know, I think a lot of that was NBC's fault, because they constantly rubbed Howard's nose in, you know, you gotta be more like Imus. Imus is successful. You're never gonna be successful unless you're more like him. Bits, you have to bits. You have 2-minute bits, 1.5-minute bits. You know, setup, middle, punchline. Go to commercial. Totally not Howard. They had no vision. They absolutely had no vision.
For the record, I've never liked Don Imus. I will never like Don Imus. I don't get the hype of Don Imus. People can, you know, try and shove him up my ass all they want and say, you know, he's for thinking men, or he's very intelligent, or he's this or he's that. I mean, he's a fucking redneck, you know, who basically mumbles. And I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. And I don't even want anybody to explain it to me at this point.
He's a dick. I was there for a lot of shit, and I've heard him use the N-word to black people. I've heard him call them that. And he was the bully, so there's nothing anybody could do. And I brought my daughter in one day. She was 12 years old. And Don's my daughter Kim said, "Hi, get out." She's a 12-year-old kid. She was, "What did I do?" And I gotta comfort her. I'm like, "What the fuck's the matter? It's my daughter, you asshole." No, I don't want anybody in here now. Except you, Euphosphere. Get her out. Piece of shit.
You know, he was a drunk. I used to say, you know, I was insulting to him personally. He could only insult me racially. So I used to say he's the only derelict who's driven to his park bench in a limo. You know, I said, you know, he's got scabs hanging off his nose. He hasn't changed that jumpsuit this week. It's the same one, and now it's got stains and it's dirty. He's a mess. And so one day, he actually had Kevin Matheny come to Howard, because we had this contentious thing going on. And so Howard would get on and blast him, and I'd chime in or whatever. And so finally he went to Kevin, and he said, you know what? He was now going to consider Howard an equal. And Howard could say things about him, but he doesn't like it when she says things about him. So Kevin was then given the marching orders by Imus to keep me quiet. And so Kevin went to Howard and he said, Howard, Imus is okay when you say things, but he doesn't like it when she says things. So could you tell her to be quiet when Imus is on the air? And Howard looked at him and said, you go tell her. So nobody ever told me anything, but I heard the story. And so Imus called in one afternoon and he was insulting Howard on our show. And I said something back to him, and then he said something racial. I don't even remember what it was. And Howard was hurt for me. And he was like, oh, you know, like that. And I said, Howard, don't be ridiculous. I just had this really young girlfriend at the time. And I was listening to some soap opera actress, and he put her on the show or whatever. And I looked at him and I said, Howard, you don't have to feel bad. He thinks that girl sleeps with him because she loves him. And then he started screaming, you said I'll get you fired. You know, so he was going to get me fired. And I was like, go ahead. I'm not having such a good time here anyway.
We just got a call from Imus. A real call from Imus.
I don't think we should talk about him. I really don't think we should talk about him.
Well, I'm going to talk about it. He calls up and says he's home listening to us.
Well, I'm angry with Imus.
Go tell him why.
Oh, you talk about Imus, I'm going to tell.
Well, go ahead and tell him.
Imus called me a name today. And when I asked him to repeat it, he changed it to Negro.
To Negro?
Yes.
I wonder what the first name was.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Pretty funny. What's going on? I can't concentrate.
Mr. Liberal in the morning.
Nah. I tell you what we're going to do.
What? We're not talking about Imus.
No, I'm going to talk about it. Because right now I picture him at home, relaxing, listening to us, with that girlfriend of his in his arms.
Oh, come on.
And I'm envious.
Give me a break. Anybody.
I'm envious. She's so fine.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone's envious of her, too.
Let's get that girl there, Lisa. Fine. She's been wearing a little jogging outfit the other day. I'm like, ooh.
Well, Lisa should tell Imus to get a facelift. Those
hey, easy. I know you're angry with him.
Really deep. And, you know,
I don't want to lose my job here.
Surgical work. You want to talk about Imus?
No. Just calm down.
I told you to talk about Imus.
I didn't mean any of that. I'm just having sexual fantasies about his girlfriend, that's all.
Yes.
I'm Untitled. Imus on the air with us?
Hello.
Hey.
I called her a Negro. I didn't call her anything else.
That's all he said was Negro.
Wait, listen to you. She's not exactly Lena Horne, okay?
Hey, what are you doing?
She's the second place runner-up winner to Mounts Mabley lookalike contest.
Well, at least I have all my teeth.
God almighty. Which eye do you prefer this? Spear, sucker?
Hey, Imus.
Take your hood and go home.
Imus.
You're not going to even touch.
Guy's wild. Hey, really. I'm fighting with Johnny Dark. You're fighting with Imus. Now, I had a religious fight with Captain Frank. Captain Frank won't say the word bosom. Imus calls Robin. Imus calls Robin a Negro.
You say spear chucker pretty good.
Man, this station's going to hell in a handbasket. Really. This station, man, everybody's at each other's throats. That was a pretty heavy phone call. I thought he was on the wagon.
Really, that's why I couldn't understand the first time. He mumbled like he usually does, you know?
Everybody's at war at this station. Johnny Dark, I hate, looks like a Shamu the Whale. Robin fighting with Imus about a racial thing. Captain Frank today is on the bad list because he's into that weird religious trip where he won't say the word bosom on beaver breaks.
Yeah. I'm glad Big Virus told us all to pull together.
Yesterday in the staff meeting, Big Virus says, we got to band together. I'm not banding together
I'm not banding together with these guys, forget it.
Pretty nuts. Lunatics.
running around the city. Starting to be like the only sane one who works here.
I beg your pardon?
He's on the phone again, Imus. But this isn't like a bit, this is like the real guy.
Yeah, I don't know if you believe that this is really Imus. Imus is calling us.
You're on the air.
Hello? I'll win the Jackson Brown tickets. Okay, I can guess how many times Jackson Brown went to bed with Linda Ronstadt.
Yeah, no. Linda Ronstadt, it's true, Linda Ronstadt only goes to bed with white guys because she practices apartheid.
That's right.
He went to bed with her once like everybody else.
Animus, man, let me ask you a question. What are you doing? I mean, what?
Well, I'm just calling you. I like you and stuff.
Yeah?
I like you. We have a new affirmative action program at NBC, which is the reason that you have Robin.
What's with you and Charles, though, man? How come you, I mean, you guys are real close, right?